What is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. Today I'm going to be previewing predicted 11ing. Is that even a phrase? I'm going to be giving my predicted 11 ahead of the Sunday game against Sunderland at home, 1:30 kickoff. Really looking forward to the first proper game under Daniel Farke at Carrow Road. I'm pretty sure it's nearly a sellout. 27,000 Norwich fans there watching the Farke-lution, the Webber-lution in front of them. It's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. A few good bits of news as well. Stephen Naismith is going to be returning from suspension. Of course, he was suspended from that red card on the last game of last season. Oliveira is available depending on how the final few training sessions of the week go. So that not suspension. He was basically not allowed. He was suspended from the club until Thursday. That is now gone. He's back. And by the way, did any of you see Daniel Farke's press conference? I'm sure you have, because I think Rob tweeted out all of the newspapers and radio stations and TV stations tweeted it, so you've been able to see it. It was unbelievable. I got in last night. I was slightly intoxicated. I'd been on a little Norwich pub crawl, and I got home and watched it, and I felt a bit emotional. I did. I must admit, I did feel a little bit emotional. Daniel Farke, he just spoke to me. He spoke to me. What a wonderful man. What a wonderful man. He was talking about Nelson Oliveira, saying that no one player is bigger than the club. Oliveira knows that. He's apologised in front of all of the team, which is brilliant. And Daniel Farke, he has had a lot thrown at him in the first couple of weeks. He's had the whole Nelson Oliveira thing. He's had multiple injuries. He's had a club to reform. And so far, this man has dealt incredibly well with it. And I think this Nelson Oliveira situation is probably the most impressive bit of all of that, because he's handled it with such experience and such prowess, and it's just absolutely fantastic to see. Pinto and Wes are looking fit. They played in the game on Tuesday against Swindon. Daniel Farke said that they weren't quite ready, but he wanted to just get minutes under the belt, so he risked them a little bit, and they came through absolutely fine, which is brilliant. The only bits of bad news is Alex Pritchard looks to be out until Christmas, which is just gutting. Absolutely gutting, both for him, for us, for a pre-season game. You know, it wasn't even like a massive game that he got injured in. It was a pre-season friendly against bloody Cambridge, an 120-minute game. What is the need in that? But things like that happen. That's football. I guess the only positive is Pritchard will pretty much be like a new signing come Christmas. We're not going to sell him this summer transfer window now. I don't think we were, even if he was fit. But look, you can't do much about these things. Let's just try and look at the positives. Pritchard is going to be coming back as a fresh player at Christmas, and he's going to be like a new signing, which is going to be absolutely lovely. Now, let's get into the team then. Let's line that up. There we go. Let's start in goal, of course. Angus Gunn. I watched the highlights back from Tuesday's game, and originally I was like, he was incredible, and I stick by that. He was absolutely brilliant. The last 10 minutes he pulled off 4 absolutely magnificent saves, so well done to Angus. I think he could have maybe done a little bit better for their first goal, the header, or the second goal was a header as well, but he seemed to just move across the goal way too much. I don't know, I'm not a goalkeeper coach. Why am I having a go at Angus Gunn? I don't know. He's been brilliant so far. In at left back, now I'm going to change the formation a little bit. I'm not going to go with a 5 at the back, so I'm going to go with Husband in at left back, who hasn't been incredible so far. That's to say the least. But he's certainly not been as bad as I think some people have been making out. I don't think he was great on Tuesday night. I don't think... there were a few good performances, but no one really stood out except for like Maddison and Houlihan. So I'm going to stick with Husband in there. I think your only other option is Stiepermann, because Toffolo's injured, Jamal Lewis is injured. So it's probably going to be Husband in there, unless Daniel Farke wants to play Stiepermann. But I don't think that will be the case. The 2 centre-backs, of course, Zimmerman, who's been probably the best new signing so far, next to Marcel Frank, who I also think has been absolutely brilliant. You would have never have thought that Zimmerman would have come from the 4th division of German football, that's for sure. He's been excellent. And then in at right back, I'm going to go with Pinto. That is what my heart is saying, but my head is saying Russ Martin, because I just think Russ Martin came on as a late substitute against Swindon. So I have a sneaky feeling that he's in Farke's plans for this game. Either way, I wouldn't be too annoyed if Martin was in there. I think Pinto's probably your better option. He certainly gives you a little bit more going forwards. But Pinto might quite not be ready for starting a league game. So that's that. Now let's go in with the midfield pairing. Now I'm going to stick with Harrison Reed because I think, once again, he's been fantastic as well. Just the kind of midfielder we needed, and it was such a great coup getting him. So that's that. Next to him, I am going to stick with Mario Vrancic, but he really needs to step it up in this game because the first 2 games, he hasn't been great. He's given the ball away too much. If he makes a pass like he did against Swindon in the early stages where he just basically gave it to their striker one-on-one, that's a goal given away straight away. So Vrancic has to step it up, but I'm willing to give him a chance. I think he's going to come good. I think he's going to be a big player for us. Your other option is Tete, who brings a more experienced head. If Tete goes in there, once again, I'm not too fussed. I think that might be a good option, but at the same time, I don't want to get the rhythm out of Vrancic. I want to, put him through these games, and I want him to come through on the other side, a really good player. Now, in front of these two, or just in front of these two, I'm going to go with Maddison. Of course, he's been dropping a little bit deeper so far on Daniel Farke, which has worked really nicely. He's basically playing as the ball-playing midfielder. He's been incredible so far, absolutely incredible. I know Chris rates him really highly. I know most Norwich fans rate him really highly. My only worry was that he hasn't really played at this level of football before. Yes, he's played SPL. Yes, he's played League One. But there was a lot of hype coming for James Maddison, for a player who, before this season, hadn't played a championship football match. But I can see why the hype is there. He is a fantastic player, and he's pretty much the same age as me. That does make me feel slightly bad about myself. Now, out on the left, I'm going to go with Stevie Naismith, actually. Was very good under Farke in pre-season. It was unfortunate that that he couldn't start this season because of that suspension. Farke rates him very highly. He captained some of our pre-season games. So that's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to stick Naismith out on the left. I'm going to go with Yannick Vilchka out on the right. I just think he's a good player. I genuinely do. I'm not even saying this just because I want to keep up with what I've been saying. I do genuinely rate Yannick Vilchka very highly. And I think him pushed a little bit more forwards instead of that right wing-back role, I think it would suit him absolutely lovely. And then up top, I am going to go with Nelson Oliveira. I just think he's a better striker than Cameron Jerome. It's as simple as that. Although, once again, if Cameron Jerome does start, it's not going to be the end of the world. I just kind of want Nelson to start. I think he's been punished. He's apologised. Just give him a chance because I do think he'll be fired up and ready to go and score. And if he flops, then that's his own fault because he shouldn't have bigged himself up so much. So that is going to be the team that I'm going for, reverting back to the good old Alex Neil 4-2-3-1 formation. I'm not too sure about the 5 at the back for this kind of game because Sunderland are still a good team. I think people are writing Sunderland off. Don't write Sunderland off. They are going to come to Carrow Road and they're going to be fairly confident, I think. They're going to be well up for it. So that's the team I'm going for. At the same time, I think it's more than capable of beating Sunderland. You've got options off the bench as well. You can bring on Wes, you can bring on Murphy, you've got Tete who can go in there. You've got Russ Martin who can fill in either as a centre-back or a right-back. You've got Jerome off the bench. You've got a lot of options, and considering how many injuries we've got as well, that just fills me with so much confidence. So that's the team I'm going for. Let me know what team you would go for down in the comment section below. I'm really, really looking forward to this game. See you at Carrow Road. Come for a fan cam after. We're probably going to be doing it in the same spot just outside the Holiday Inn behind the Barclay. Come and see us. Say hello. I'll say hello back. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.